You guys ready to do a little bit of metal detecting out here with me? That's a new sign. Please do not feed the squirrels. They get a little bit crazy out here, honestly. Happy New Year to you guys. Hopefully you guys are ready to do a little bit of detecting with me. I've got the Nokta Simplex Lite out here with me today. This is a $200 metal detector. Park's a little bit busy today, but nothing too crazy. Nice little day here in the state of Florida, so I guess without any further ado, let's jump right into the hunt, hey? I think I'm gonna start around this little pavilion area and we'll see where the day takes us. So let's get into the hunt. All right, everybody, got our first signal right here. It sounds pretty good. Did a little bit of cherry picking on the way over here. There's a lot of trash at this park, so this one kind of sounds like a coin to me. It's reading a 78. See if we can actually pull something decent for our first signal of the day, hey? Let's check out what we got down in here. So if this one is a coin, that's a good way to start off the hunt. And there it is. All right. 10 cents before we even find a pull tab or a bottle cap. I kind of like it. That might mean today's gonna be a good day. So first coin of the day, first signal of the day is a 2017 dime. See if we can come out with anything better than that. All right, this one definitely doesn't sound as good as a coin does, but you know, if you're looking for other items that aren't coins, say jewelry or just unique items, you're gonna have to take a risk on some of the odd signals, you know? So that one's kind of solid to me though. It's reading a 34, 35. Let's see what we got right towards the top. Most of this stuff is pretty freshly dropped, you know what I mean? It's in there, and perfect. Our old friend out here at the park. It's gonna be a pull tabus. Little piece of aluminium for you, huh? When will the day come that people don't tear their pull tabs off of cans? I don't know if the day will ever come. We might need a redesign of the pull tab. All right, there's kind of an interesting one. This one sounds a little bit deeper and the ID on it is a little bit more bouncy. It's going from like 58 to 60s. Let's see if we can get this one out. Oh, and if you guys are noticing something, I don't have my gloves on today. I figure for a casual park hunt, gloves aren't as needed as say if you're hunting in massive amounts of iron, or even in some cases at the beach. I think it's a good idea. Regardless, honestly, gloves are probably a good idea, but I wanted the freedom today, so hopefully you don't mind. It's out. A little bit of a sketchy signal. All right, there she is. It looks like it's probably going to be another coin, huh? It's round in shape. It's always a good sign when it's round. Most of the objects you're looking for are round out here, you know? Coins, rings, assorted things. So let's keep looking. All right, we got two more right here that sound pretty good. 79. Some people coming up right to me, but we gotta share the park, you know what I mean? A lot of the times when I'm like metal detecting parks, I kind of like coming down here when there aren't many people here, but some days you just gotta accept that there's gonna be people, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a copper penny right there, 1978. Sometimes you gotta suck it up, man, and get out there in the public's eye. You can't always have parks and beaches all to yourself, even though, you know, that's what I hope. But if that was the case, you wouldn't find anything, man. The busier the park is, that's usually a pretty good sign. Never turn your back, though, to spectators. That's my one tip, metal detecting public parks. Never know what kind of intentions they've got. All right, so far with this little Simplex Lite, man, we're on the coins right now. I think that's maybe 3 coins in a row, or no, 1 pull tab and then 2 more coins. Let's keep on checking around this little area. Kind of in some shade right here. Hopefully you guys can still see okay. This one right here is honestly close to a pull tab again. If you guys are new to metal detecting though, the reason why we continue to dig up the pull tabs is for the chance at jewelry for the most part. It's not a squirrel, but we got a little crow right there, or a raven. He's hungry too. I don't have any food for you right now. I don't even have enough to buy myself lunch, let alone feed you as well. But that's why it's kind of a good idea to keep an open mind to those pull tab signals too. It's not always just golden rings. You got nickels down in that range too. That one's a 1977 Jefferson nickel. There's another low conductive one right there. 27. I really don't like the pinpoint on this machine though, the pinpoint button. Let me try to use it. Works okay, I guess. I've just never been the biggest fan of pinpoint buttons on machines, so really comes down to preference, I think, more than anything. I just dug up a squirrel's acorn. I was wondering what that was. And this one is a very common park find. It's a pencil eraser. Let's keep looking. All right, this is kind of an important factor if you're hunting a really trashy location. You might want to know how the machine sounds in dense trash. So I'm in a really trashy spot right here. I just kind of want to show you how the machine reacts to this area. All right, listen to this. So 19s are very likely going to be foil. A couple of these sounds you're hearing are iron, like that 0408. That's a little piece of iron, staple, nail maybe. 19, it has a very small chance to be gold, but in most cases that's like your small foil. Another 19 right there. So really in an area like this, what you're trying to look for is anything different, you know, anything just a little bit different. Iron right there. Oh, did you hear that though? Listen to that. Now it's a little bit of a mixed signal, so it could be like a bottle cap falsing, but it's definitely something different that could be worth investigating, you know? All right, so if I really hone in on the signal right there, might be something clean in between some junk. Let's check it out. See if we got anything under here. There's guaranteed gonna be something under here, whether it's iron or aluminum, but I'm hoping it's maybe a coin or something better, you know? Something that we picked out from that trashy spot. Right down in here, a couple inches down, maybe 3 inches. And looky there, it was too. So I mean, this is only a $200 metal detector, but it's got decent unmasking capabilities. I can't really speak on how it works in a densely iron infested area, but as you guys could see, it plucked that little coin out of some aluminum and iron, so that's pretty good. Not too bad. Now let's see how the signal sounds when that coin isn't in there anymore. See how it's changed. There could be another one right next to it even now. So pulling that one signal up kind of cleaned up another one, I feel. Right there, sounds like there's a non-ferrous in there. So let's dig it up. Whoa. Okay, I did not expect that. And that's why like target IDs aren't always accurate, because that didn't sound as high as this coin usually reads on a metal detector, but you just never know. I think I have another one in there. Sometimes like multiple signals can kind of merge together and create one odd one. So let's see what we got down in here. Is this another coin or something different? It's out. All right, so that little scrappy signal right there. Oh, I might even have more. It's at least a 3 coin spill right there. There's another one. Not getting us rich per se, but it's a recovered item. And I possibly have another one slightly deeper in here too. All right, I've been working at this one for a while. There's a massive piece of a root in the way, which is very much slowing me down. All right, wow. So I never swung back over that signal with the detector, but that's a really good sign for a $200 machine. This is a rusted nail or a rusted screw in with those coins right there. So that's kind of a real world separation test for you, you know? That's pretty good. Tone on this one isn't my favorite, but I'm trying to keep an open mind to a lot of these signals today. Just digging them up, seeing what we got, you know? I do think like coins can be kind of easy to find, but if you want to really find like the jewelry and stuff, a lot of it comes in at odd numbers. Kind of comes in at an odd range, you know? There's another piece of a freaking lighter. It's part of a Bic lighter. A lot of lighter pieces. Assorted junk. Give it a shot. Pull out some foil or possibly that golden sheen. Oh, see something down in there. Oh my goodness gracious. You just never know what you're gonna find at the park. Not sure what type of cable that is. You guys can identify that one. Don't think it's quite a headphone jack. Some type of electrical connection right there. That one's a 34. Let's see what we've got. Now we're risking it all on the low and mid conductive signals. There's not too many coins in that range, so you're basically going to be digging up trash or potential jewelry when you risk it on these signals. That one is another pull tab. I don't understand. Why do you like pulling off your pull tabs? Alright, so this is the little area I'm hunting right now. Kind of next to like a sports field right here. Also got a pathway over here. So probably not the best area, but not the worst either. I came from over in that direction, so let's just keep on looking, see what we can find. This one's another kind of sketchy signal. Sounds pretty close to the top though. It's a 38. A lot of these are pretty close to the top. Come on, give me something. Something good, please. Nope, another tab. Not too long ago, I was over in this area and I found a really nice, it was like a Native American Indian ring. It was like a chief's head. It was actually sterling silver too. Had a couple little stones in it. All right, there's gonna be probably a little hidden coin down in there, maybe. The idea is a little bit bouncy though. It's bouncing like 72, 78. One thing this machine has that I like is field mode as well. It gives you a different like set of tones, but I feel like it might actually go a little bit deeper. So I was at 30 sensitivity in park. Let's try 25 sensitivity in field. It's giving me a signal. Now let's try 30 sensitivity in field. That's definitely more of a poppy signal, you know? Target ID though is 70, so I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Maybe like a coin though, maybe a dime or something. Pop a little plug on it. Try to keep it nice. Definitely a couple inches down in there though, you know? So really, I think if you're trying to get a little bit extra depth, field mode's probably the way to go. That was a coin. How many inches? Maybe like 6 inches down. Nothing too crazy, but check it out. The date on it is actually 1964, so if that would have been a dime, we would have been on the silver. So let's fill this one in, keep on going, keep positive spirits. You just never know when the good stuff's gonna come out. That's usually my theory, you know? You can't really expect to come out somewhere and like have an awesome day. You just have to keep realistic expectations. That way any day is a good day. So let's keep trying. I'm gonna search around this area. I'm gonna pump it down to 28 sensitivity and we'll stay in field mode for a little bit. Try out field mode. So here's field mode. In field, the tone changes, I think mostly depending on how deep or how big the item is. So this one, I can tell, it sounds like somebody's washing a window, but this one's telling me that it's small and right on top of the ground. You can also look at this little indicator here, and that's kind of like a depth gauge that can give you a little bit of an idea on how deep something is. But as you can see, it's a 67 and there's only one down, so that's definitely on top. But then we have another one over here. By this tone, you can tell that it's like just a little bit deeper and it's still kind of a smaller item too. So that one's probably going to be a coin, maybe a dime or a copper. And then this one over here is going to be, I think, a zinc. 67, 68 on the simplex is usually like zinc range. Yep, that's exactly what it was right there. So Let's see what that other one is. Crusted penny. How about this one? This one sounds a little bit sweeter. Well, I would say maybe the tone on the zinc penny sounded a little bit sweeter because it was closer to the top. But the tone in combination with the target ID is telling me this one might be a little bit sweeter. Let's see if we can pop them out. It is important too when you're hunting at public areas, like you gotta do the best you can to keep your holes clean. Just do the best you can. It's not that much harder, you know. All right, this one's almost out. There it is. There's a little coin impression, and there's the coin. So that one's another penny, but the differences with our American pennies, if you are unfamiliar, is I think the pennies made after 1982, those are the newer pennies, and those ones read a little bit lower. But any penny that's made before 1982 has more copper content, is what I think. So those tend to read a little bit higher, a little bit closer to dime range. So you may be surprised, you know, you might pull a penny at one number and get familiar with it, and then you're going to pull a penny at a different number and it might confuse you. But remember that there's actually like different metal compositions in our pennies, so that could be why it's changing up on you. Just a penny though. There's another chenny. All right, I won't make you suffer. Little wiener dog's curious. All right, that one is another penny. You guys knew what that was gonna be. I didn't want to make you suffer. Sometimes, you know, a certain point in the video, I'm sure you guys can only bear so many of the repeatable signals, you know, like pennies and pull tabs, so. Oh, that one sounds really deep, actually. Should we go for that? Pump up our sensitivity to 30. This is all the way up. Field mode, too. Tone sounds a little bit poor, but I think I'm gonna go for it because this is actually pushing the depth on this machine. This is a real signal that's like basically at the edge of detection depth. Let's see if it can even register it in park mode, 30 sensitivity. It can't. So that's why I said field mode I think gives you like a little bit more depth maybe. Here's field and 30 sensitivity. And here's park. Park gives you no response on it. I'm almost getting like a little bit of an iron tone in it, but let's try to dig a slightly bigger and a slightly deeper plug and see if we can at least ID what this thing is. All right, pull out some loose dirt. Go in on it with our pinpointer. Yeah, it's basically, I don't know, it actually doesn't seem too deep. It's probably like 5 inches down there. Let's see what we got. All right, so it's definitely a little bit deeper, and there it is right there. Maybe that's kind of good that the simplex and park mode couldn't register it. It's not necessarily a desirable find. It's like, it's a little nail. Maybe iron, maybe not. Some junk. Yeah, personally for me, I think I like the sounds a little bit better from park mode compared to field. Field is just a little bit too squeaky, a little bit too quirky, you know? But some people don't mind it. That one's a 64, how about in park mode? 65. I just like the tone set a little bit better at park mode, I think. Parks are busy today though. So it might be like a twist top. Is that what it was? I think it is, yep. Dude, I have found so many of these over the course of the last couple of years I've been hunting this park. They're nothing good, but they're bottle caps from I think like the 90s, maybe the late 80s. It's a Nintendo holiday game, bottle cap, man. Definitely nothing too special or spicy, but that's a bottle cap, like I said, from like the 90s, so that thing has not been dug out in a while. Can you guys hear that? Somebody's flying an ultra quick drone out there. Holy smokes. That thing sounds fast. I got a small drone, but that one sounds like one of those, like, what do they call it? FPV drones, like first person view. Those ones seem cool, man. Those things are quick. All right, that's another decent one right there. I was thinking like a piece of junk on that one. So the nickels have been coming out like kind of questionable, you know, on the target ID reading. That one's in 1984. It's a coin. Huh. Just a stainless steel. I think that's stainless steel. I don't know for sure. It's some metal. Beautiful. All right, well, the pull tabs are really taking a number on us today. We're trying to get through them, but no jewelry yet, just coins and junk, you know. When we're hunting at modern areas, honestly, you have to kind of accept that as the reality, you know. I feel like most days, unless you spend 4 to 6 hours at a park, you're probably gonna come out with coins and junk. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of jewelry out there, but the ratio of trash is much, much higher than the ratio of jewelry. All right, I moved to another slightly different location. I'm still at the same park, of course, but I've had decent luck against this wall. This isn't really an area you'd think there would be coins or jewelry or anything, but I remember finding some silver over here, and I always find coins over here for some reason. That one's in 1974. I don't know the exact reason behind it, but I'm not complaining. I think in some instances too, you have to remember that parks in most cases have been there for a little while. So just because there's no activity right here right now doesn't mean there couldn't have been, you know, a horseshoe pit or at least some picnic tables or something over here. It's another kind of potentially good one, I'll say. Sounds kind of good. It's a little bit bouncy. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but Happy New Year's to you guys. I think it's already the 2nd, 2024. Wow. Yeah, we didn't score on any jewelry today, but we did come out with a good amount of coins. So I'm gonna go lay out my coins and show you guys the haul on the day. I'll see you in a minute. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one thing that I didn't find today that I wanted to find. It's gotta be what we think it is, right? Any of you guys familiar? 89.90 on the simplex. Oh, that's gotta be something sweet. Doesn't have to be, you can be fooled, you know, but I think this one just might be a George Washington looking us right in our eye. Yep, looky there. Came right out too. It's pretty satisfying when they kind of pop out like that. Unfortunately though, this one is just an eagle back, they call it. It's before they started like the new state quarters and whatnot. So just a Liberty quarter, 1979. 25 cents richer. Nice. It's always kind of a cool little impression they leave in the sand too once they've been sitting in there for a while. Not sure why they do that, but maybe it's some type of the metal leaching out of the coin or something. I don't know. All right, let's bring out what we found today, show you guys what we're working with. All right, everybody, we made it to the end of the hunt. Did you make it? Wanted to give you just a quick look at what we found. I was metal detecting out at this park for probably about an hour's time. Decent amount of coins. We at least got 1 quarter on the day. That definitely brought our total up quite a bit. No pieces of jewelry, but we cleaned up some trash out here too. Couple pennies. Our oldest coin today was 1964, that copper penny. And we got a couple zinc pennies too, and some assorted nonsense. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little metal detecting session. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to see some more treasure hunting like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, well, I appreciate you guys, and I'll definitely see you again soon. So Happy New Year to you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Toodles!